hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content that you guys are going to see on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy. So I thank you for your support. However, if you're still here, I'm assuming that you guys are okay with me talking about spoilers because you're all caught up on the manga. So I think now, given everything that has happened in the last Boruto manga chapter, we need to have a conversation about Amado. So we did know from the promotional material that came out before the actual chapter was released that they hyped up the fact that Code was going to have something special about him, that his true motives weren't revealed, and then there was a question mark as to whether or not Amado would actually join Konoha. And in this chapter right here, in Boruto chapter 55, one of the things that we actually see in this chapter is we're in a situation where Amado's acting really suspect. If this was a game of Among Us, Amado looks like he was the person that was the actual traitor. And the reason why is like Sumire in that chapter, she looks over at Amado and she's giving this dude one hell of a side eye, and she does it more than once. And even Katasuke looks at him, but Katasuke's so blinded by his admiration for how talented of a scientist that Amado is, he's not necessarily putting all the pieces together. And what you see in this chapter is that Amado, he's mumbling. He's mumbling in this chapter, and we don't know who he's talking to. We don't know what that actually was. That could be Amado potentially putting a trap into place. I've said for a while, I think that you can't trust Amado. I think that Amado is an unreliable narrator, but the other thing I said is that I really feel like he allowed himself to be captured and put into that bunker because he has an ulterior motive. I think we're going to be focusing on Code for a majority of the time. Code's going to be that next threat. But I think that Amado, when the dust is settled, Amado's going to be the one behind all of that. Because Boruto is a series that focuses on science, it focuses on technology, and science's place in the world with a world that was founded on ninjutsu. Where does science fit into that? So it would make sense that you have a villain that incorporates science into that. And so the reason why I think that that's very interesting and very key is that Amado has all this information about Kara, and in this latest chapter it gets revealed that, oh yeah, Code was a failed Otsutsuki vessel. Don't you think at some point when Amado's explaining all this stuff about Jigen and the Otsutsuki clan and all the inner workings of everything, that at some point he should have said like, yeah, you know, Isshiki's really bad, but there's also somebody in the Kara organization that you're gonna have to deal with too. This guy has a karma seal, and it kind of goes back to what I said in the review. That just means that Code's body could not become a vessel, but he's got the benefits of a karma seal. And so this is where this gets really interesting, and this is where this gets very key in my opinion. Amado was the one that was right there with Jigen, aka Isshiki, doing all these experiments on these children, which means that he had to have known that Code survived. And if somebody says, well, maybe Isshiki did that before Amado joined Kara, let's say you're right. We do know from the anime that Amado checked out Code's body. We know that for a fact. Amado was making modifications to the Kara members because they're cyborgs. They're still human. Androids are full robots. Think about like, say, like Vision and Ultron from Marvel. Those are more androids. Cyborgs are like what you have in Dragon Ball, where 18 and 17, Lapis and Lazuli, they were still human. Their bodies were modified. It's the same thing with the Kara members. Their bodies are still human, but they've just been modified. In the case of Delta, Delta's more like Sasori, where Sasori still had a living heart. And I really believe that drone on Delta's back, that's where Delta's heart actually is. So Delta's body is artificial, but that drone is still that drone is more than likely going to be her heart like Sasori's was. And so the reason why this is so interesting right here is Amado kept all that information out. He kept all that information out, and most importantly, he kept out the information of why he even began to work with Isshiki in the first place. There's a lot about Amado that we don't know, and I think that Sumire's looked at it from okay, he can be a valuable asset, to I don't trust him. And it makes a lot of sense when you look at Sumire's character, because when we got introduced to her way back in the Academy arc, she was a wolf in sheep's clothing. She was pretending to be Hinata 2.0, very soft-spoken, shy. It looked like if her shadow jumped in front of her, she was gonna end up hiding under a desk somewhere. But then when it gets revealed that she's the one that's behind the new attacks, and she's in there fighting against Mitsuki, and she's shown to be a very capable shinobi, using water release during that fight, going kunai to kunai with Orochimaru's son, who was highly trained at that point. The fact is that it was like, oh snap, Sumire, there was something else to her. So if anybody can recognize when somebody's pulling an okidoke on somebody, you can bet that it's actually Sumire. And I think that there's a reason why Ikimoto drew her, not once, but twice, looking over at Amado and giving him a suspicious glare. I think that that is something that's being served up there. I think that Konoha has a bigger problem to worry about in the form of Amado, because Konoha right now is in uncharted territory. They have lost their two biggest assets. Naruto has lost the kyuubi. Sasuke has lost the power up that comes from the Rinnegan, and most importantly, Sasuke has lost the ability to go into those Otsutsuki clan dimensions. So if Amado has ulterior motives, he's gonna know that Sasuke can't go into those dimensions. He's gonna know that the only information that they're gonna have about the Otsutsuki clan is gonna be information that Amado himself can actually provide them. Which goes back to what I said. Amado is an unreliable narrator. This is something that works. This is how you actually build. You focus on Code as the big threat. We know that Code is going to be the one hunting down Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, and Kawaki. We know that Code is where a lot of the in-your-face drama is going to be, but you could very well have a scenario to where Amado is like a character like, say, Naraku that works in the shadows, or a character like Aizen that, in this case, we don't know about Aizen until the actual reveal comes. So if you're familiar with Bleach, you are so focused on everything going on with Byakuya, and the Soul Society was looking for who actually killed Aizen, and then in all actuality, Aizen ended up being the bad guy, and then we had a very long over arc with Aizen through the next few arcs. I'm wondering if there's gonna be something similar to the character of Amado, since the story is going more so into a science-based type of storytelling, where after we finish everything with Code, eventually Amado's true motives get revealed, and Amado ends up being the one that's a huge problem. Again, it's because science is the big storytelling tool for Boruto in terms of what they're doing with themes. So I'm wondering if that's the route they're gonna try and take, to where the next big bad guy that we have isn't a huge bombshell ninja, but it's actually somebody with a big brain. However, I wanna know from you guys, how do you guys feel about that? Do you agree with me that Amado, number one, should not be trusted and is up to something in this bunker? Did this chapter actually confirm it? And my other question to you guys is, do you agree with me that it was highly suspect that Amado did not disclose the fact that Code had a karma seal? I think we all can agree that is a very big detail to leave out, especially when explaining how karma works and explaining that there's more than one type of karma seal. That's a big detail to leave out. Again, he did not tell us why he joined Isshiki Otsutsuki when it comes to working in the car organization. There's a lot about the character that we don't actually know. So I think when it comes to this Naruto version of Among Us, I think that Amado, I think we can look at it and say that Amado's a traitor, and I think that he's pulling a double reversal, or a double betrayal, if you will. I think that he betrayed, or triple betrayal. He betrayed Jigen, aka Isshiki. He betrayed Kashi and Koji and left him out to die. And I think he's about to betray Konoha as well. However, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.